Good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. Yesterday, we are past the 24-hour mark. Yep, yesterday, we saw a pretty interesting rush store for the final rush store for July 2026. Quite a big rush store as well, I should point out. But what are we here for? Well, I'm going to try and figure out of all these skins, which of them potentially could be the best investment for the week? Which of these skins could potentially help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit? So sit back, relax, and I'll start yapping. So, first 24 hours of sales, Hazmat Armor Drawers on top. Now, with the other skin sales, again, it is quite tame. But that's not necessarily a problem for us, the Ruskin investors, you know? If we happen to see interesting collection continuations, alright, cool, yeah. These skins very likely will spike them on, spike price ever so nice. You get the idea. We've been saying that a lot as of recent, but with the recent rust rotations, the sales have been quite low, haven't they? Now, of course, I'd just like to point out, if you don't get a good look at all the skins, by all means, watch the rust rotation for July 30, 2026. And you know what? I'm probably just going to jump straight in. I think I'm just going to jump straight in and do the conclusion right now. I'm sure you'd probably agree because there's not really that much to talk about in terms of what actually could work out as a nice investment. So, all right, let's jump in. In conclusion, what do I personally believe is the best investment for the week? You know exactly what it is. It's Hazmat. So, all right, cool. The return of Hazmat. After about 4 months, almost, yeah. Since the Easter garage store, we finally got the armor door being accepted. Now, let me just talk about some very interesting positives. The skin creator has been trying for collection continuations. This was actually submitted quite some time back. Since then, we've seen the metal shop front, we've seen a bucket helmet. A bucket helmet. So, okay. I think the metal shop front probably would have more of a chance. There's also a wooden door as well. So, cool. Maybe the sheet metal double door of the past could be considered. Unfortunately, with the more recent one that was made, it has the issue of the blue teddy bear being there. And if you know what happened, so, yeah, awkward. Again, Skin Creator made that before we found out about that situation. Anyway, so Skin Creator is committed. We are expecting, potentially, even more on the horizon. So, of course, by default, we're expecting more skins potentially to be accepted. So if they're keeping it up, we can stay positive and we can look forward to potential sequels. So, of course, let's also bring up Popstar. Both of these collections have flourished during 2026. Now, of course, Hazmat quite literally started back in January 2026. We've only seen so many skins being accepted, but they're doing good. And Popstar, the vast majority of acceptances have appeared in 2026. It's an anime summer, all right? And as much as you might sit there and say, Hedge, I don't like anime skins, that's fine, but clearly other people do. You know, clearly other people do. So you have to respect that. So with this armor door being accepted, I should also point out the pre-existing skins are doing better. Garage door is on the up. Sheet metal door's doing much, much better. And now we're about to enter August time. So starting next week, I truly believe we're going to really start to notice prices properly improving. Hedge, you've been saying that for about a month. Well, it's about to happen, all right? All right, good times are ahead. Soon we'll be able to sell our skins for some sweet, delicious profit, but I wouldn't be surprised if you'd consider selling these right about now. But then again, if we are anticipating potentially even more Hazmat skins to be produced and accepted, maybe it might be better off waiting until post-Christmas, January 2027, or maybe wait for another 2 or 3 skins to be accepted after this. Who knows? You know? Unfortunately, it's a bit of a coin flip. When's the best time to sell? Oh. Anyway, it's in a very good spot, these 2 skins. Easter garage store could be doing better, but it's an Easter theme skin, so it's always going to be a bit funny. Again, I still anticipate Halloween Hazmat and Christmas Hazmat. Anyway, putting that aside, we should also acknowledge, in the past month, we did see 10 armored doors being accepted. But, well, even then, anime, you know. Popstar's still doing quite alright. I'm also expecting this to sell quite a fair bit less in comparison to Popstar. So, you know, if we quickly hop back over to here, like my very, very, very quick thought is, quick comparison with the recent UAP bearskin rug, which also sold a very similar amount in the first 24 hours of sales. Yeah, that bearskin rug didn't sell that much, did it? It was the top selling skin. It didn't, it didn't sell absurdly, did it? So I'm also sitting here and thinking, oh, so Hazmat Armored Doors also not going to sell absurdly. Interesting. Very interesting. So, like I said at the beginning, all right, if these skins don't happen to sell that much, all the better for them to rise up in price in the future. It's not a problem for us, the Ruskin investors. Well, it's more a problem for the skin creators. But yeah, if we invested into these skins and they only sold so much, and then we see sequels afterwards, sounds pretty good to me. So, yeah, all right, cool. So, overall, things are looking pretty interesting. Hazma, it's nice to see the return. You have to keep an eye on the workshop now and see what brand new skins are going to be produced. What would you like to see being made next? Another attempt for a sheep meta double door? Another attempt for the wooden door? Have you seen the wooden door, by the way? Let me just quickly go ahead and showcase this to you. Her head is kind of like split in half. Oh no. We could do that for Halloween. Anyway, so yeah, maybe like lockers. Maybe we could have something like some storages and whatnot. Lots of potential, you know. Just look at what Popstar got away with. Surely we can see the same with Hazma. So, yeah, keep an eye on the skin creator. Let's see what they work on next. And, you know, just stay positive. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Again, maybe we might still see quite a lot more armored doors this year. But, again, unless it's anime, I don't think it can, can compare. So both of these, I think, will have a very interesting future ahead of them. That one too, but that's a discussion for a bit, right? So, moving on. So I'm positive about Hazma. But is there anything else I'm positive about? Now, I will be honest with you. I'm not super enthusiastic with everything else, but I have to respect that scientific meat fridge could lead to some pretty interesting situation. So first of all, let's just point out, wow, you sold like hardly anything. 3,500 subscribers in the first 24 hours. Okay, well, what gives? It's just a fridge hedge. Last year we saw tons of fridges. That's true. And we also happen to see a fridge collection. So, of course, I'm now going to go compare with the neon fridges from last year. So, I'll point out, how far back did I have to go? All right, so last year, we saw the meat fridge. Then we saw the veggies fridge. Then we saw the pies fridge. And then eventually we saw the berries fridge. That's an interesting pattern. Now, if I were to just quickly hop over to here and point out, this past weekend, I also happened to see an interesting vegetables fridge being produced. That's an interesting coincidence. Yeah. So, in short, I'm very much led to believe that we're going to get a series of fridge skins being produced and potentially accepted. Now, I did ask, because I've already made a short video discussing this. With the neon fridges, yeah, meat, vegetables, pie, seeds. Do you just want that again? Because I get the feeling maybe quite a lot of people happen to miss out on these and look at berries. Oh, $7.50. Whoa. Veggies doing good. Meat's holding up. It's doing all right. But that did like 20,000 subscribers. This did 15,000 subscribers. This did 15,000 subscribers. And that did 15,000 subscribers. I'm kind of expecting this to struggle to even reach 10,000 subscribers. Meat fridge might be on, it might work out quite all right. Lack of sales again. And if we happen to see a spike on spike price, there's only so much of it to go around. So, now you're getting it. But I have seen some people bring up the idea of a fish fridge. Is there anything else you'd like to see? Feel free to comment below if you've got any ideas. But I can confirm this is actually a sequel to the scientific storage collection from the past. Remember this? Just one of the few storage collections that really didn't happen to like seeing that Boxes DLC appearing. It really didn't like that, no. I haven't really seen this like spike on spike price with the arrival of the fridge. But hey, looks like this collection's also dabbling into other deplorables now. So, alright, cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing what gets produced next. I'm expecting sequels to be accepted and whatnot. But are we actually going to see like very nice positive gains? Because I must remind you, whilst initially this did spike price ever so nice when the vegetables fridge appeared last year, it did drop off. And it did suffer when bad times appeared. So you might have to take that into consideration. You might want to make sure you get the sales in before August ends. So fingers crossed, we do happen to see vegetables and pies and seeds and potentially other things. We'll see. So, cool. I'm positive on that. it's the lack of sales that makes it even more interesting. So, cool. Anything else? I'm going to be brutally honest with you. With everything else, I'm just not feeling that confident, all right? Now, of course, there could be potential positives and whatnot, but if you're asking me personally, what I personally believe are the interesting things for this week, it's just going to probably be these two. Now, of course, there can still be some interesting things, perhaps. So much respect with the tier 2 armor. All right, if we see hoodie and pants, that very likely will spike command, spike in price. Exactly like the tier 3 armor did here when this appeared. Because that always happens with core pieces. Core pieces being hoodie and pants, tier 2 armor, tier 3 armor. If we happen to see another piece being accepted, boots and gloves would also help as well. So if I could just quickly look at this in the Steam market, I can confirm it did dip down in price quite a fair bit for a while. And of course, well, what happened? Oh, look, the tier 2 appeared. So, yeah, point made. Yeah. So, I could also look at the chest plate. The real question is, right, is it actually going to maintain that price? It's doubtful. But we still anticipate hoodie, pants, and boots and gloves. So, all right, cool. All right, we'll respect it. But you know what? Let's also point out how low did it go. That got as cheap as about $1. This, both of these pieces sold for $2 a piece. These are selling for $2 a piece. That's $1.49. There's a fairly decent chance the same thing could happen all over again. These might dip below $1 for a while. But if we do eventually see more skins being accepted, all right, that could very likely happen all over again. So I must respect that is a perfectly fine thing to approach, but it'll be a buy order situation. Get your barter down, get a decent barter, maybe just wait on that, hope to pick up some of those skins for a cheaper price and whatnot. So, all right, cool. I've seen quite a few people bring up the crypt turret. They're saying, oh, Hedge, it's camouflage. Sure. We're going to see a lot of this being said now. After last week's skin, it's like, a lot of people are like, I could put it up with the crypt building skin and whatnot. It'd be fine, it'd be cool. I could put it near the rocks, it'd be fine, it'd be cool. All right, you know what? Sure. If people got ideas, if people think they can pull it off, totally fine. But, wow, I should have bought more of the turrets from last week, didn't I? I should have. We'll talk about that in a second, but yes. I will admit it's interesting. I'm just not fully behind it, okay? Just not fully behind it. I'll acknowledge it. I'm just not 100% sure. I should also point out with gear mechanism, that electric furnace is doing great. That garage door is improving, but not exactly doing the best. But it is improving. What to expect with this, though? We have seen 3 skins accepted so far. Are we going to actually see a full-fledged steam pump collection and whatnot? We're going to see more gears and steam and whatnot. Is that what people truly want? What deplorables would you like to see being made next? Is it actually to get far? I mean, we'll see. A locker would be cool. Storage would be cool, that'd be nice. But it has been attempted already. I know a large box was produced. Unfortunately, it wasn't accepted. So maybe it only gets a few skins accepted and that's it. And unfortunately, that can lead to some potential problems. But yep, Sheep Minador was produced recently. Somewhat recently, we did see the large box as well. Unfortunately, not accepted, so yeah. So, you just got to keep an eye out. We'll see what gets produced next, then we'll start questioning things. But metal shop fronts in general, they're doing pretty okay. So, it's looking all right for now. But when we keep seeing more and more of these being produced, and, well, who knows, Twitch drops and kick drops, is it always going to look like this? Are we going to start seeing more roleplay designs being made as well? Because I know we saw the diner and the police storage this past weekend. Chances are you might see them next Rustor, we'll see. But are we going to see more roleplay skins or just collection, texture, applied? There you go, job done. Well, I mean, it's working out so far, so... Well, actually, no, that is an actual roleplay trading post, right? All right, cool. But, overall, with the other skins, not exactly feeling super confident. Again, the twig bed, it's the only skin this week that's not abnormal. It's not selling that much. It is a sequel to some certain interesting twig skins of the past. Twig door, twig box, twig lodge box, and the Twig Rivals wooden double door. I don't think many people realise it's connected to that. But again, how many beds have we seen so far this year? And ever since October, it's been a bit ridiculous, hasn't it? Yeah. I don't think that's going to be doing stupendously. But a lack of sales does make it look interesting. But I don't think everybody's fully well aware of the collections. I know quite a lot of people are aware of All Seeing Eye. It does look nice, but its collection, or rather the 2 skins that it's had for quite a long time, just haven't really held up very well. And again, the issue of 10 armor doors being accepted recently, I'm not surprised to see it's hardly sold anything. I'm also not really thinking that's going to hold up because there's a lot of options available at a fairly similar price. Same would apply with the red sector armor door. It's a perfectly fine looking skin. And props to the skin creator, Mushroom Soup. I don't think they get that many skins accepted, so it's nice to see. But being brutally honest with you, again, it's not a super crazy, super standout skin. Now, a lot of people do appreciate that. A lot of people do prefer to have some more grounded approaches, more grounded designs. Role players do like that. But that, yes, it glows. It does look cool. The transparency it has is on the door handle, by the way, just to clarify. It's on the handle. I don't think it's enough to really hold it up. If this was like a one-off, if we hadn't seen that many armor doors being accepted this year, I think that would have performed differently. But, you know, that hasn't happened. We've had 10 in the past month. Yeah, hippie. Right. Valkyrie Star, it's not transparent. It's expensive and it's not transparent. I believe Valkyrie Collection's now becoming a standard metallic collection. Nice looking designs. It's just, yeah, no transparency, no pay to win. High prices. I'm not really behind that, sorry to say. So, all right. Well, props to Skin Creator. Keep up the good work, but I'm having doubts that that's going to maintain its price. Especially considering the recent transparent aim sight stars we've actually had accepted. So let's go ahead and point out Trouble Alloy still holding up quite nicely. Hellcore is going back up. That's nice to see. Love to see it. And previous skins from the past, they're doing better. So yeah, I'm sorry to say, but I don't believe that I'll be retaining its price. Amethyst Geode Rock. It's not even a geode. And for what it is, it's all right. I don't think it's going to maintain that $3 price. We see rocks here and there, but it doesn't glow in the dark or anything. It's just basically a texture. I don't want to sound mean, but I don't think it really warrants the $3 price, and I don't think it'll be retaining that price either. So, very quick answer. And Tomb of the Octopus Electric Furnace. Bit of a wild card, this one, because I've seen some very cool looking Tomb of the Octopus skins in the past. Maybe we'll see more attempts for them, but the skin creator has told me he's taken a vacation. He'll probably be back in a couple of weeks or so. Awkward. So yeah, we then bring up the issue of, wow, we are seeing a lot of electric furnaces being accepted, aren't we? Yes we are. Yes we are. It's becoming a bit of a problem. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Again, a lack of sales might put it in an interesting spot, but if we keep seeing more and more of them being accepted, not looking the best, is it? No. So yeah, could be a bit problematic. Right, so that was a quick talk about all the skins here. Let's now talk about the situation in regards to the Twitch drops. So, I've seen some people sitting here and saying that they've lost access to the backpack and whatnot. So here's a weird thing that's apparently happened. It's a Twitch issue. Apparently, the maximum amount of time you can have a Twitch drop available is a month. Guess how long the event's been going on for? Okay. Okay, so the charity skins have been around for quite some time now, and apparently it reached its limit. That's basically what I've been told. I'm not sure if it's going to get fixed or tweaked or whatever, but that's a Twitch issue, and I don't think Facepunch are very happy right now. And I don't think the people who keep telling me this is an issue are very happy right now. So yes, the fancy up drops are perfectly fine. In fact, after I upload this video, you could look in the description, see the links to my socials, see my Twitch link, and you can hop in and say hello because I will be streaming. I will be there. We are the UK. Monstera and Art of Rust server, the Art of Rust people, they are still working on their animal collage, raising money for the charity, which, by the way, $370,000. Superb. Can also point out the auctions ended. Oil Rat spent a lot of money. $29,500 for the designer skin, the special Twitch drop. He also spent $5,000 on the rare skins as well. So, all right, props to him. Big props to him. But yes, unfortunately, there appears to be an issue with these, and it's based on Twitch. So in the future, when brand new Twitch drops appear, I would always recommend get them as soon as possible, okay? A harsh lesson has been learned, and it appears to be out of Face Puncher's control. There you go. Said that weirdly. Sorry about that. Player count's all right. Player count's been doing good, for this month. We're about to finish today. We're about to enter August. So, yeah, things are still looking as if they're improving. But August time, this is where we are expecting to see some brand new all-time high peak prices. And to get a good idea of how things are currently holding up, I would recommend you look at SCMM's market cap. If you go to here, click market cap, there you go. The overall market cap steadily increasing. Can you see that? In fact, it's even breached its border. Wow. But what you can also do is you can just scroll down over to here and you can see like all the more valuable, more popular skins are listed immediately. You can actually search for certain collections such as, Neon collection, with the deplorables. There you go. Do you notice how a lot of skins as of recent have been rising up? Not everything has been A-OK and like super like perfect and whatnot, but you certainly see lots of positivity. You certainly see a lot of gains, a lot of green. So, start looking around, start searching for other collections. Whiteout, for example, how's that currently holding up? Mostly in the positive, mostly going up. That's nice to see. What about, a cheaper alternative? Comics. How's comics currently looking? Same thing. What about Thunder Gold? How's that currently holding up? Let's get a good look at that. Yeah, most of the same thing. Bit more negativity, but that's the weapon skin, so, all right, cool. What about Blackout, So start looking around. Start thinking of, like, collections that might interest you. Well, that's actually doing very good. Well, all right, that's cool. That's cool. So, yeah, if we're seeing mostly everything starting to rise up in price, you'd have reason to believe that soon it'll be the best time to sell your skins for optimal profit. Does that make sense? Yeah. So all good. So, all right, cool. I think I might make a special summer progress video emphasizing going over this and whatnot. And if I could just leave it for a few more days as we enter August time, hopefully it'll be a lot more obvious with how certain skins are currently performing. Have you seen the Scientist Auto Turrets? Yes. Right now it's listed at about $10. How did that happen? Well, of course, when we're doing the abnormal barders, I was very, very, very conflicted in regards to how I was going to approach it. I thought it might take a while for someone to eventually make like a short video or a proper video utilising it, showcasing it, I was like, you know what? If you're going to put it in the jungle, you could just use like another dark pigment auto turret. You could just use the pirate auto turret, for example. In the shade, it's essentially the same thing. Anyway, thanks, Oblivion. Thank you for posting that literally just as the roster rotated yesterday. Thank you. I should have bought more. I even posted that. I should have bought more. So, that shot up in price because, lo and behold, someone had a very nice video showcasing just that. Cool. Did you buy any? Did you buy any of the auto turrets? Are you happy right now? What's it like being happy? Anyway, so that happened. So, of course, with every single rustor that we see, I'd always recommend it's smarter to wait it out. Wait till Wednesday, look at the sales, then make considerations. Abnormal barders are super helpful if you want to get involved with Ruskin investing. And I can confirm, after doing the abnormal barders last week, I looked at all the skins and I committed. I bought 30 of the cartoon saps. I bought 100 tire tactical gloves. I bought a decent portion of the Scientist Sentry auto turrets, but it's probably like 10 or 20. I don't know specifically. But I did buy 30 of the Abyss Armored Doors. I bought 30 of the Cold Hunter Electric Furnaces. I thought, why not? Let's give it a shot. I missed out. I forgot to buy the cell shading boots. Good job, Hedge. Good job. Yep. So, yeah. Let's see if that works out nicely. Last week, mostly based on the fact that everything just didn't sell that much. Last week, I did buy a lot of the things, yeah. And I can confirm, Abyss Armored Door is definitely the lowest selling Abyss skin out of its whole collection. Now, here's hoping that we do actually see some nice positives as we go through August time, because when times are good, this whole collection tends to rise up in price ever so nice. And if that is the lowest selling skin here, well, I hope I'm right, because I did put out a short video quite literally saying, guys, this is probably looking to be a very nice investment. Might want to jump into that, because I said the exact same thing with the locker. Both of them had very low sales, and they're part of a very in-demand collection, so All right, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I hate looking at it. But here's something to think about. We're going to keep seeing more auto turrets, aren't we? So, what's stopping the skin creator from making another green auto turret? There you go. So, consider that. Right, well, feel free to comment below. Out of all these skins this week, which one happened to be most favourite? Again, it doesn't have to be based on profit. It could just be based on design. Is something here to your liking? Feel free to comment below. And let's just see how everything pans out. No, do not forget, a lot of things are about to appear next week because, of course, it's going to be August 4 swipe. I can see from Mr. Protox, we've got the jukebox there. That's looking very nice. And he has noticed what Rin posted here, all the changes. So if I go full screen there, pause the video, you can read all that. Although Rin themselves has actually tweeted everything, so you can go to them and you can see that. Yep. All the details. So, lovely stuff. I should also point out, like I said, I'm taking part in the Global Warfare event. I'm in Team UK. I'm with the artists. And recently they raised over $11,000 for the charity event just by drawing art. So if you'd like to consider donating $20, you can also contribute and you can also get a special little thing drawn as well. So I will be streaming right now. You can hop in, you can say hello, and we can help you out with the details there. But it's all for a good cause. Cancer research, children's hospice. You get the idea. And we'll then finish off with this. Alistair has left. He's left Face Punch. Not in a bad way, not in a sad way. He's just wanting to move on to doing and committing other things in his life. So, yeah, apparently he's not directly jumping from this to a different job. It's just moving on. So, wish them all the best. Hope everything works out all right with them. And we'll see what happens to Rust from here and now. I wonder who's going to step up into their role. That's going to be pretty interesting, isn't it? Well, I guess just get to wait and see. So, with that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later and start anticipating what small backpacks and bucket helmets we might see in next week's Rust Store.